Let's talk about marketing for landscaping companies. Our agency works with a lot of landscaping clients. We also work with a lot of industries, so we know competitive metrics. Overall, landscaping is moderately competitive. Average cost per click ranges from $6 to $13. Keyword difficulty on the SEO side is around 30 to 40. I'll dive into all of these metrics a little bit later, but I want to talk through different tactics that will help improve your marketing for your landscaping business. So let's dive into it. Let's go over some metrics that will help you better understand the landscaping digital marketplace. The average cost per click on Google ranges from $6.60 to $13.75. That's moderately competitive. For a personal injury lawyer, that cost per click can be over $100 because you can get $1 million+ case. So attorneys are willing to spend that much money. For landscaping, you'll see not on the very low end, but it's moderately competitive. You'll see down here the average lifetime value is $5,625 for a landscaping client, because if somebody's mowing my lawn, they're going to be coming back multiple times per month, and it's recurring revenue. So that's the reason why this isn't an easy vertical, and it's more on the medium side, and why landscapers are willing to pay a premium. They might not make the ROI off of that initial sale if it comes from Google Ads, but they know long term it can reap that ROI because of the recurring revenue. 30 to 40 keyword difficulty. This is a score. If you have an SEO reporting platform like an SEMrush, it pretty much gauges how hard it is to rank for certain keywords. Again, moderately competitive. I'm going to show you examples of landscaping clients and how they've structured their sites and the things they're doing right and why it's helping them rank. But yeah, 30 to 40, moderately competitive. You need to have a good overall authority score. You need to have strong content on the site, which, like I said, we'll dive into. There is an 85% retention rate. And so again, we talk about the average lifetime value. If you get a client into your funnel and you do good work, you're likely going to keep them. So there's, again, the reason why this isn't an easy vertical, because it has that high retention rate, and there's that high retention rate. A couple of other things I just want to hit on real quick before diving into the example: the hyperlocal advantage. So a lot of people, let's say, our agency is based in Columbus, Ohio, and a lot of people just go after that keyword, like Columbus Landscaping Company, whereas the way a lot of people search for landscapers is based off of suburbs. So Upper Arlington, Bexley, Dublin, Ohio. So a big part of our strategy is building out what we refer to as these service area pages. So that's a tactic where, I mentioned the SEO keyword difficulty being around 30 to 40. That makes it's much less competitive, and it actually has a chance of a higher conversion rate. The other thing to take in mind for landscapers when it comes to marketing is just the seasonal variation. It's the cost per click can double during the peak months. And the peak months is obviously when it starts getting warm. So because of that, it's just going to be more competitive. But by having strong SEO, you're getting leads into the funnel at all times during the year. And we recommend a lot of landscapers want to just turn off ads completely when it's a slow season, but it's a good time to, you're only paying per click. So it's a good time to stay top of mind. And then when the time comes around, hopefully the homeowner will come back to you. So anyway, that's just like the general landscape that I wanted to go over. No pun intended on the landscape, but some metrics to help you understand competitiveness. When it comes to landscaping clients, the most popular services that they sign up for are SEO and pay-per-click. SEO is earned placement. You don't have to pay per each click, where Google pay-per-click you do. So SEO is more profitable. PPC drives instant traffic. Social media, great for landscapers, before and after, seasonal projects, that sort of thing. Email marketing. We worked with a landscaping company, and at the beginning of in late February, we started sending out emails for spring cleanup, and it resulted in tens of thousands of dollars in revenue for them. So those are the core services. And I would say SEO and PPC do the best job of helping you acquire new customers and our most profitable. Email marketing, it's great for recurring customers and for upselling and for even for new leads. And social media, just really good for like brand building. But those are the core services that landscapers come to us for. So now let's dive in. We're just going to go through a website structure of a landscaping company out in Phoenix, Arizona, so you can see what they do right. We'll look at one of their competitors so you can see what one is doing better than the other, and we'll go from there. All right, I want to show you a landscaping company out in Phoenix, Arizona that's just doing a really good job with many aspects of their digital marketing, specifically SEO. This is Lone Star Landscaping. And the first thing you'll notice is they just have a really well-designed website. They have beautiful photos, and for a landscaping company, it's important to put your best foot forward. You'll see on a Google search that Lone Star is ranking pretty high for a term like outdoor fireplace installation Phoenix. Goodman's is a competitor that is ranking like right ahead of them. But what's interesting for Goodman's is that their photos just, it looks like maybe they were shot on an iPhone. They just haven't invested as much into overall like photography and videography. But I thought, Lone Star does a really good job of that. The other thing when it comes to a landscaping business is that you want to visualize your site like a ladder. At the top of the ladder is the descriptor term that describes your business, and all of the steps leading up to the ladder are the different services. So for Lone Star Landscaping, that top of the ladder descriptor term is going to be Phoenix Landscaping Company. They are a landscaping company, and there are services underneath that. Well, then you get to the different services, and you'll see everything they do, from artificial turf, fireplace and fire pits, landscaping design, so on and so forth. So they've done a really good job with that ladder analogy of really nailing that. And if we go into fireplace and fire pits, and we scroll down, again, you'll start to see just really great photos showing the different type of work they've done. One area where it could be improved a little bit, and if we go to, actually, let me just go back. One area where it could be improved is right here. This is the heading. That's one of the most important places for keywords, and there's no reference of Phoenix there. If it said Phoenix outdoor fireplaces and fire pits, they'd probably, start outranking Goodman's right off the bat. And same thing with Goodman's, like they don't have that also. But that's the thing with landscaping companies. A lot of these businesses, they build a website, they're not investing in SEO. So that's just overall very important. But yeah, I wanted to identify Lone Star for that. They did a really good job with their overall site architecture. Going through the first page of Google, I just did a search for Columbus Landscaping Company, and you'll see here sponsored. Those are paid. That's actually Google local service ads where you only pay per lead. But we do a lot of that for our landscaping clients. I mean, it's very prominent at the top of Google with those reviews. Beneath that is what's called the local pack. That is organic. You'll see there's a sponsored listing in the organic, but the local pack is tied to your Google business profile. So you want to be getting reviews for your landscaping company. We recommend reviewability to send out reviews and text messages, but you might already be integrated with Service Titan. So sending off those reviews are a key ranking factor for the local pack. And again, when the local pack organic, you don't have to pay per click. And then going down, this is obviously the organic placement with websites. So you'll see here, Columbus Landscaping Company, that's that top of the ladder term. You'll see 5 Seasons, Buck and Sons, Hedge and Landscaping. These are all the home pages because that top of the ladder, oftentimes the homepage should be optimized for that. So what we try to do with our landscaping clients, we try to get them as much exposure on this first page. What people don't realize is there's different tactics for paid, for local SEO through the Google business profile. I mentioned review management for the general organic placement, but I always think it's helpful to just visually see that. Just a little bit more on our experience with landscaping clients. We work with a private equity company, Vistera Landscaping Group. They just own a lot of different landscaping companies. What started off with a single location, which was a test to see if we could get results, expanded on, and now we're working with, I believe 6 or 7 different landscaping companies across the United States. We work with, this is a commercial landscaping client, so we have experience on commercial and residential. Another one of our clients, we've achieved a 17, Wilson's Landscaping. We've achieved a 17% conversion rate on Google pay-per-click. So again, we just have a lot of experience in the landscaping space. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and most importantly, learned something about different tactics for landscapers. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but the main services for landscapers that we hone in on are SEO, pay-per-click, email, and social media. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at themediacaptain.com.